Have you ever felt like you were the only one trying to do the right thing while everyone else was just loud and angry? That's exactly how the world was a long, long time ago. People had stopped listening to God. But in the middle of all that noise, there was one man whose heart still shined brightly. His name was Noah. Noah wasn't perfect. Nobody is. But he loved God with his whole heart and walked with him every single day, while others around him just laughed and did whatever they wanted. Noah chose to stay close to God, and because of that, God chose Noah. One quiet morning, God spoke to Noah. He said, "The world has filled itself with so much wrong, but I will protect you and your family. I want you to build an ark, a giant boat, but they were on dry land, miles from any ocean." Imagine how strange that must have sounded. But Noah didn't argue. He didn't question or complain. He simply trusted God's voice and picked up the very first piece of wood. For years and years, Noah and his sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth hammered, sawed, and built this massive wooden ship. It was enormous, exactly as God had instructed, over a football field long and several stories high. People would walk by, point, and laugh. "Hey Noah, where's the ocean?" they'd shout. "Are you building a floating house for yourself?" But Noah and his family kept working. Their faith didn't stop just because other people didn't understand what God was doing. They knew they were part of a bigger plan. Then something truly unbelievable began to happen. From every corner of the world, from forests, deserts, mountains, and valleys, animals started to appear. They came in pairs, 2 by 2. Big lions with heavy paws, tall giraffes with long necks, huge elephants trumpeting as they walked. Tiny little birds fluttered overhead, and even strange creatures that people had never seen before marched in a perfect line straight toward Noah's Ark. It was a miracle. God Himself was guiding them. Noah opened the huge wooden door, and all the animals entered the ark peacefully. There was no chaos, no fighting, just a calm procession. When every single creature was safely inside, and Noah, his wife, and his sons and their wives had stepped aboard, something powerful happened. It wasn't Noah who closed the door. The Bible tells us God Himself shut the door, sealing them safely inside. Then the sky turned dark gray. A low rumble of thunder rolled across the land, and rain began to fall. At first, it was just a few soft drops. Then it got harder and harder until it was a fierce downpour. Water didn't just fall from the sky. It burst up from the ground till the whole world shook under the weight of the flood. But inside the ark, there was peace. God kept Noah, his family, and every living creature completely safe as the waters rose higher and higher, eventually covering even the tallest mountains. Days turned into weeks, and weeks stretched into months. They floated on the water, trusting that God was with them. Finally, one morning, the rocking motion of the ark stopped. they had landed, Noah opened a small window and sent out a dove. The first time, the dove came right back. There was nowhere to land. A week later, he sent it out again. This time, it returned with a fresh olive leaf in its beak, a sign of new life. The third time he sent the dove out, it didn't return at all. That meant it had found a place to build a new nest on dry land. God's voice spoke to Noah again. It's time. Come out of the ark. Noah opened the great door and stepped onto solid ground. The air smelled fresh and clean. The earth was quiet, washed new. The very first thing Noah did was kneel down and build an altar to thank God for his protection and his faithfulness. And as he prayed, the sky lit up with the most brilliant colors imaginable. A beautiful arc of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple painted the heavens. It was the very first rainbow, and God made a promise. He said, "This rainbow is a sign of my covenant with you and all living things. Never again will I use a flood to destroy the whole earth." From that day forward, every time we see a rainbow in the sky, it's not just a pretty sight. It's a powerful reminder of an unshakable truth. God is faithful, and He always keeps His promises. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more amazing stories.